Hello, 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 hello. Hey! Hello and welcome to haQ. My name is Jakob. I'm your host and you're watching a haQ episode. In this episode, we're gonna have a look at something called But before we start, I just want to say thank you to the viewer who sent this to me. I love it when you do arty things, whether it's a weird looking GIF or if it's something like this. So thank you, Robert. And big thanks to everyone else who have been sending me their art stuff. Eventide has entered the market of iOS plugins and they've started Blackhole Eventide, the company that makes this. So this is from their H9 plugin series, and they sound really, really good.
I've been trying to find you where black holes bends their light, where stars go to die, seeding the space with light in an endless photon waltz.
So in this episode, we're taking a look at Blackhole first. And Blackhole is a reverb, has nothing to do with space. Yeah, very clever. Very clever. Now, one thing that is very, very clear with this plugin, maybe not just this plugin, but all of the Eventide plugins, well, the thing is that it looks like they've been created with a touch interface in mind. I mean, look at this. The preset list is available right there on the plugin at all times. Then you have a ribbon controller. And the ribbon controller, well, now look closely what happens when I touch this ribbon controller and I slide it left to right. You can see that the knobs are moving. This gives you a deep control and it's especially interesting when you're doing live performances. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to set this up. Let's say we wanted the mix knob to increase in amount when we slide the ribbon controller to the right. Well, to set that up, you simply tap on this button here down in the ribbon controller and then you move the mix knob up. Now from this state, we already have control over the mix knob. We can now slide the ribbon controller back and forth and the mix knob will move. We can also tap the left ribbon controller button and move the knob down, and now we have a wider control. And the sweet thing with this is that you can set this up to work in reverse, which is so very, very useful for some user cases. Let me give you an example. I like to make patches where I can increase the amount of reverb or room size. And the more I increase the room size, the less bass I want in my reverb tail because I don't like my reverbs becoming boomy. And so I'll just set up the filter to filter off some of the bass at the same time as the size is being increased. I know that's not good English probably, but yeah, I think you get my point. And thanks to this ribbon controller system and the way you set it up, it makes something like that very, very simple to do. By the way, if we go to the preset list, there's a category there named Jakob. Before we continue, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Jeremy, aka Red Means Recording. A little while ago, Jeremy started making videos about mobile music making, and I think it's awesome. And the thing is, in the first episode he made, he actually did a big shout out to me. And I didn't realize it until I saw a big spike in subs.
So before I get started, I would like to say that this would not be possible at all without the amazing video that Mylar did, and also the incredible work of Jakob haQ, who, if you name a iOS music app out there, he's done a video on it. It wouldn't be cool to talk about this stuff without talking about what resource and inspiration he's been when it comes to this stuff. So I'll put a link down in the description to his channel.
If you don't know about Jeremy, aka Red Means Recording, then I do suggest you go check him out. Go check out his mobile music making videos that he started doing. And if you do go there, why don't you tell him you got sent by ADD boy from Sweden who cannot English? Now, it doesn't quite stop with the ribbon controller, because there's another thing in here called hot switch. To set it up, you need to long press it until it starts blinking. And when it's blinking, it's in its programming state. So now you can move stuff around. And when you are done doing that, to where you want all the knobs to be, you simply tap the hot switch again and it will exit the programming mode. And now you can switch the plug between these two states. Now, when it comes to the rest of the controls, they're pretty much straightforward. You find stuff as filters, mix knob, and you even have a modulation section with an LFO in it. And most of these things are easy to figure out, but there are some differences in Blackhole compared to other reverb plugins. For instance, let's take the gravity control here. The gravity control is pretty much a decay time control, and when you work it from the middle and clockwise, well, you'll get results that you normally would expect with such a control. However, if you work it from the middle and counterclockwise, well, the effect works kind of in an inverse. Listen to this. Now, on top of that, both the pre-delay and also the rate for the LFO in the modulation section will both lock to a tempo if you want to do that. Apart from the off mode, which lets you set the rate in milliseconds. You have two sync modes. You have a manual sync mode and sync. And the difference between sync and manual is that in sync mode, Blackhole will sync to the selected tempo inside the inter-app audio or audio unit host that you have Blackhole loaded into. And in manual mode, well, you get a slider so you can set the BPM yourself. Being able to sync something like the pre-delay is great for when you want to do rhythmic reverberation with drums and percussion and stuff like that. Now, I do appreciate that Eventide put a modulation section in here. The purpose of this thing is to introduce a bit of movement to the reverb tail. And this can help in reducing metallic type ringing, something that I find undesirable in all of my reverbs unless I'm doing something specific. Unless I'm doing something specific where I need a sound. You get my point. There's one more neat thing I want to show you, and it is the functionality of the feedback knob right here. So as you can see, it goes from 0 up to about 99, or not about to, it goes to exactly 99, and after that we hit something called infinite. And this gives you an infinite amount of feedback. However, it will continue to sample from the input. So new sounds will come in and mix in with everything else going on. Now, if you continue to tweak the feedback knob until we get into freeze, then here's another mode that will give you an infinite amount of feedback. However, this one does not continue to sample from the input as the infinite mode does. It will just simply freeze what's ever there and keep it there forever. Personally, I absolutely love this reverb. I like the straightforwardness of it. I like the amount of control you can get from using the ribbon controller. Where's my list? I had a list here. The preset list is always available. This thing was made for quick work. Now, before I leave, I just want to shout out some other YouTubers that do make iOS related content or iOS music production related content. So if you look down in the description, you'll find a list with all of these YouTubers, all of these people making awesome content and their channels. And if you're looking for something, you might find it with these content creators. They all have their own unique personalities and their own unique ways of going about making their content, and also the topics that they discuss. I'm sure you'll find someone in there that you want to subscribe to. Thank you so much for watching. All comments and ratings are always very much appreciated. Now I need to try to stand still for this next part because I usually put links over here. So if you want to support me, then why not tap that like button? If you want to subscribe, then also at the same time clicking that bell thing so you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. And then of course, if you want to support me in a financial way, you can go check out my music. If you follow this link, you'll get to my webpage, jakob.com/music. You'll get to the music stuff. And right now, there's only one link to one album. But I'm really proud over that album and the documentary I made for it. And that's why you have to watch it, because I'm proud. That's a good enough reason for me. Now, if you want to support me in any other financial way, then you have Patreon right there, PayPal right there, and you can of course always share my videos. At least follow me on Instagram, because I love it when you do that. I love it when you talk to me and when you tag me when you're doing music stuff. It doesn't have to be mobile, it doesn't have to be portable, it doesn't have to be apps. If it's musical, if you're just sitting there playing guitars or doing anything musical, tag me, let me see it. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. This is Jakob signing off. Yes. Let's do the running out intro. Bye 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 bye.
I've been trying to find you, where black holes bends their light, where stars go to die.